So this will be a 1 minute tip or something how to make a self-watering system for your chilies or whatever. Pretty much all you need is an old PET bottle that's been washed out. Just drill a little hole in the bottom there. I was a little bit careless, so it looks horrible, but it doesn't really matter as long as the bottle is clean. The size of the hole does not matter. I think bigger is better actually. But the height of the hole decides the water level. So this here is a packaging from when you buy meat. If you buy like a kilo or something, you get these. Just make sure that it's the one with flat bottom. They work really well. So this is pretty much free. Just an old bottle and old meat packaging. What I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna fill this up with water and then just place it here. When the water level goes over the hole, air won't be able to come into the hole and then water won't be able to escape because it creates a suction, or what to say, up here. This is actually fail safe as long as no one knocks it over. This is something that you can use for watering your plants for a long time actually. So it's already wet because I'm actually using this. I just wanted to show it. I felt like doing a little bit of a video about it. All you do is put a bottle of water in there and it will start filling up. Now this bench isn't completely flat, so it might stop earlier than the whole area here. Ideally it should be flat. Now you can see it stopped. If we move away a little bit of water here, it's gonna continue to fill up. This is actually upwards. So all you do is you put your plants in here like this. And we can put it here. When the water vaporizes in the air, the water level will go down. And when the dirt gets dry, it sucks up more water to the plants. And then the water level will go down and it will pretty much fill up with more. Until the water is out in the bottle, this will keep the same water level. This is nothing that I've come up with myself, by the way. It's well used. And I think there are a good bunch of videos about it. I just felt like doing a video about this because I thought it was a great idea. So try not to get too high water level. I prefer to just have a tiny bit of water in the bottom. Otherwise the plants will just have too much water. I usually have like 4 or 5 plants per one of these. If you stay a little bit longer, we are going to go out and have a bit of a look at my chilies. Alright, so these up here are the ones we had a look at just about now. As you can see, the water level is up here. And it will just keep the same water level in here for all these plants in that one. I also got one down here, the same type of tray. I actually by mistake threw some of these trays away, which I regret. So from now on I'm gonna save up on all, because I don't want to keep this system over here anymore. I have to water all these red chilies and habaneros over here individually, and it's a pain in the ass compared to this one. So these are some of the chilies that I grew. I got some Tribal Hill in here and a habanero. Here we have a pretty small Carolina Reaper. I made this these little PVC pipes with holes in the bottom, and they are also covered in cloth at the bottom so that dirt don't come in, and this enable me to water them from the bottom, even though it's a pot that doesn't have a hole in the bottom. And I've already removed the foil from the top. I usually cover the top, but it sounded so much. Here's a little expansion I got, also in a tray, but these are not flat, so it makes it hard for the bottle to stand, so I just water these from time to time. And here is an aquarium that I've covered in foil. I also have it standing on styrofoam to keep the heat in. And as you can see down there is a little Mountain Dew bottle which keeps, if we check here, this is a little bit too wet by the way, but they don't seem to suffer that much. But if we lift this one up here, you can see that there is a very low water level at the bottom of the entire tank because of this bottle there. And when it runs out, it takes maybe a week. I just fill it up. This is a mix, if you wonder. It's a mix between eggshells and vinegar. It's breaking down into calcium, which I'm gonna use for the plants. However, I saw that it actually releases carbon dioxide. I believe it's called carbon dioxide in English, into the air, and I saw some people put it among their plants because plants like that. I figured why not try, and actually this little elf here, it looks pretty good, I think. And this jalapeno giant here, it's grown a lot in the last days. This is an Anaheim, that's an Anaheim, also looking pretty good. It wasn't that long ago I set this, by the way. I set this at the same time as the little elves in that egg cardboard packaging thing. But the little elves didn't like it. I did get a lot of other things. Unfortunately, the ghost peppers didn't kick off. I really wanted the ghost pepper. But I don't have many seeds left now, so I'm gonna wait until summer with that. Another jalapeno giant. And little elf. I think that's down there is a Moruga scorpion. And I got let's see, Moruga scorpion chocolate down there, very small. I think it's a bigger one over there, yeah. Also Moruga scorpion chocolate. The foil is actually sounding a lot, I hope it doesn't pick it up so much. It was pretty easy to plant when this already sat in this, because it becomes wet just to lift it up basically. And then plant the entire thing, but considering the fail rate, for me at least, so you can see not that many came up at all. And last time I had much bigger success, but I did get mold on a lot of them. I didn't really like this. I'm probably gonna continue the way I did before with these little elves here. Also, it's been very dark since it's winter, but for some reason this one, which I set at the same time, really kicked off. Not sure why, but this one went great. I replanted it 2 times. This one also went very good compared to the other ones. Anyway, I'm going to continue to actually use this system instead. I'm not sure if these are too small. As you can see, there is a hole in the bottom because I used the two-part system. One with dirt in and one with nutrients and water in. But I think maybe if you do this, you can just put them in these trays. Not sure, I'm gonna try. Maybe they are too small so that they become just too wet. That's not good either. But I will see about that later. Actually, I don't think that many in my channel is actually interested in all of this. But if you do want to see updates on how it goes for my little chilies, let me know in the comment section or leave me a like at this video. I just felt like doing a little bit of a video on my side project here. Anyway, thank you for watching and see you next time.